We're Lincoln Heritage Life Insurance Company, your #1 resource for final expense and funeral education. As funeral costs continue to rise, many people don't have the information they need to save money. In this video, we'll cover the most important things we think everyone needs to know about today's funeral expenses, including federal laws and available government benefits, how to protect yourself from unnecessary costs, and how to set up a funeral plan to help cover the costs left behind. Thanks for watching, and if you find this video helpful, make sure you subscribe by clicking the icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the video. Let's get started. Without an insider's knowledge of the funeral industry, many families can overspend by hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Many on-the-spot decisions must be made, and most surviving loved ones have little to no experience on what's needed and what isn't. To help solve this problem, the federal government created the Funeral Rule, which requires funeral providers to disclose their prices in a transparent way, allowing consumers to compare costs and avoid purchasing goods and services they don't need. Under the Funeral Rule, consumers have the right to receive pricing information over the phone, refuse embalming if not required by law, and buy a casket outside the funeral home. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, funeral costs have risen nearly twice as fast as prices for other items. Today, it's not uncommon for a funeral or cremation to cost $9,000 or more, depending on the style of service and items used. Families are often unaware that there are additional costs that can range up to $10,000 or more. Examples include cemetery plot costs, grave opening and closing fees, obituary expenses, grave markers or headstone costs, and transportation expenses. By not taking these costs into account, surviving loved ones can be caught off guard when the total cost is added up. End-of-life expenses like healthcare costs and other bills can be a financial burden to those arranging your funeral, quickly eating up any assets you would hope to leave behind. Spouses and others are generally responsible for paying debts if they co-signed for a loan, are joint account holders, or live in a community property state. Many people buy life insurance to help cover any debt left behind and protect their loved ones from having to pay out of pocket. The average funeral can cost $9,000 or more, but the most government benefits will pay is $255, and only to qualifying individuals. When it comes to state death benefits, availability varies, and is usually reserved for those with no family, no assets, and no money. With little to no financial assistance, families are often financially burdened. The cash benefit provided by a life insurance policy can help pay for funeral costs and other end-of-life expenses. Burial insurance is easy to qualify for and can start as low as $15 a month. Getting a benefit check from an insurance company quickly can give families the cash they need to pay for funeral costs. Unfortunately, many life insurance companies can take weeks or months to pay claims. When purchasing a burial policy, choose your insurance carrier carefully. Lincoln Heritage is unique in the burial insurance industry because of its partnership with the Funeral Consumer Guardian Society, an independent consumer advocate organization serving over 1 million members across the country. The FCGS provides caring and compassionate guidance as member families cope with the many decisions they must make. With a personal funeral advocate on their side, everything goes as smoothly and as easily as possible during a time of intense emotions and stress. Because the FCGS is not affiliated with any religion, funeral home, cemetery, or particular funeral approach, there is never any obligation or pressure to buy anything as a member.